Hey guys, so really quick video today. By popular request, 3 biggest mistakes that I see people making in online dating profiles. And this is kind of an advice video, so it's unusual for me because advice is not the same as coaching, and I'm a coach. But I feel like this is really valuable because a lot of us find the online dating world very bewildering, especially if you're new to it. Even if you're not, it can seem very confusing, like what apps to be on, how do I do a profile, how much effort should I put in, blah, blah, blah. So I'll share with you the top 3 things that I see people doing wrong that give them results that leave them feeling disillusioned really, really quickly. The first one is putting in no effort at all. People will put up 1 or 2 photos and then they'll be like, come to me, people. You can totally do this. Like nothing that I'm going to share with you here today is gospel, but if the amount of effort that you put back in is the energy that you're putting out, and it's like that pay peanuts get monkeys kind of thing. Like you're giving people nothing to go on, you're giving them very little to filter you through, except that you don't make any effort. And maybe that's a quality that you find really attractive, in which case, brilliant. If it's not, put more effort in, basically, because you're going to find that you're going to get people that haven't been filtered because you haven't given them very much to filter you on, especially if you've done that thing where you're putting up 2 low quality photos and then you're like, come to me, humans. Like it's almost rude, almost, and it shows a level of lack of investment, and also perhaps a little bit of cynicism or disillusionment about the whole dating process, about the whole dating app process online, and it's not a very attractive quality. So my advice would be, don't do that. Put in some effort. Give people a chance to know who you are so that you can actually shine online and not just come across as somebody who couldn't be asked. Putting more than 2 blurry photos on. Second thing, try not to be generic. Lists of things. I like fishing, hiking, movies, wine in front of the log fire. Like that is nice and not very helpful. As much as you can, you want to paint a picture of who you actually are, because people, if they're going to work with you, if they're going to click with you or not, they're going to click with you because of who you are. So you don't want to hit necessarily the most popular profile ever. You might feel like you do because then you have lots of people to filter through, but especially if you're a female, there's a good chance that you're getting enough approaches, you're going to get enough attention, but not always the attention that you want. So what you want to do is curate something that really gives people an idea of who you are, and then you can choose of people who approach you who to respond to, and you can also make approaches yourself and people will know who they're talking to. So really, really important, as much as you can, to not be too generic. Oh, I love the beach and cocktails. Again, you're not going to filter out many people doing that. So I'm going to do another video on exactly how to set up what I think is a really kick-ass profile. Occasionally you hit on them when you're online dating. You'll be going through and you'll find one that's like, oh, this person is just, I love this profile. Like, this person seems so cool. I know a lot about them. I want to meet them. Like, I'd love to hang out with them. That's the kind of profile that you want to have. One where you get a real sense of who the person is behind the profile. And the third thing that I see that people do with online dating that burns them out very, very quickly is over-investing too fast. So it's a strange thing that people often do in dating, where they will see somebody and decide that this person is amazing and massively over-invest. So maybe they'll start messaging a lot, they'll start projecting this future story of them with this person. You don't know this person yet. Learning to date successfully is a lot about learning to hold back and let people show you who they are. Same as in the dating app, right? You want to get a good sense of who somebody is before you go, oh, we should get married and move to the beach together. And you can't do that immediately. You can't do it after 1 date. It takes longer than that. So in order to be respectful to yourself, respectful to them, calm down, slow it down. And I'm going to talk more about this as well, because I know how hard that is. All of these things I did wrong. I did a dating profile with no information initially. Then I followed it up with how to be super popular dating profiles. Got stacks of interest, very disillusioning because none of the people were particularly interesting to me because I hadn't filtered them in the right way, had I? In fact, I had almost gone out of my way not to filter them in both of those situations. And then I over-invested massively. So I would chat to people for ages. There's a sweet spot for how long you message people before you meet up with them, and it's different depending on what dating app you've gone on, but you don't want to talk to them for weeks, I learned. And you also don't want to, you want to be prioritizing your own life. So you're going to get burned out with dating really, really quickly if every single night you're dating, every single night you're messaging people. It's going to be exhausting. It might be fun for a little while, but unless you meet the right person really, really quickly, which means that you kind of got all of this stuff right, or you get very lucky, then you're going to get sick of it. So you want to really pace yourself. You want to focus on this being a component of a life that you have, which is awesome. And then anybody who gets to be explored as an option, invited into being part of your life, knows that they're part of something that's already really cool, that's already really fulfilling for you. So those are the three things that I see women, men doing all the time. So if you're doing those at the moment, don't feel bad, we all do it, but do consider if it's actually getting you the results that you want. And I'm going to do another video specifically on how to create a dating app profile that is authentic to you, that's going to attract the right kind of people, and one on how to manage that timing, pacing. Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? How do I communicate my true feelings without overwhelming the other person? Or how do I not get freaked out if people overinvest in me? So stay tuned. I'm really excited to share this stuff with you. Yeah, have a great week.